This is the second part of installs. This is the install for Android Studio. Please stop if you have not installed Java yet and go look at the Java install video. The link to the Android Studio install is up top. I will also place that in the course e-learning reference site. Once you get to the Android Studio site, it should recognize what operating system you're using, whether Windows, Mac, or Linux. So I'm going to go ahead and click the download. You have to agree to the terms and conditions. That's up to you to read. Once you have done that, you click the read and understand, and then you can proceed with the download. And it will download, and once that's done, we'll come back. Okay, so that took a few minutes depending on your internet speed. It's about a 1.1 gig download, and now we see the Android Studio download, little Android person there, the droid. We'll go ahead and start it. This install can take some time, especially performing the first set of updates and installs of the development kits. So do plan accordingly. So as it fires up, it may take some time because it's setting stuff together. Of course, security warnings because we got that from the internet. So we're going to run that, and then the installer will fire up. Okay, so the installer has been verified. You do need permissions to run this, and so we click that, and then we get our setup. And it's pretty simple to follow through and do the setup procedures. You do want the default SDKs installed, and this will also install a couple virtual devices. I think actually just one as of this install. And it does take up some space, so even the default is 4.2 gigabytes of space. So we'll hit next. We have to agree to the license. Please go ahead and it's in program files, and just let it stay the default there, as well as it's going to install all your SDKs under your user and then your name on your system. You can do shortcuts, whatever you want. These are standard Windows installs, and then it will take some time for the install. Okay, so the install is almost complete. That took about 7 minutes on my system, so yours may vary. We are of course done, and go ahead and start the Android Studio, and it's immediately going to ask to update if you have time. If not, don't start it right now. Wait till you have some time. So once the startup is set, we'll see it firing up in the background. If this is a first time install, you don't have a previous version. The reason it asks is because there may be files and whatnot that you've been using. So I'm going to just keep the defaults. That's probably your best bet. Of course, allow access on a private network, not on public. I wouldn't. And that's simply to allow some communication between the studio and devices. It's your choice in terms of the layout. If you like a lighter, there's the IntelliJ, or the darker, the Darkula. I'm going to go ahead and select the Darkula. That's just the UI I prefer more, but it's really up to you. In the lab, I had them set Darkula because it happens to actually be a little easier to read on the monitors. And now, of course, it's going to start downloading some of the Android SDKs because we said that's fine. And this, once again, this will take a while. Okay, so that update and install worked. You can read, notice it's installed SDK 23, support repository 19. It's also done a virtual device, a Nexus 5 API 23 device. That's just the default. I didn't have to select that. We hit finish, and you will now get your welcome to Android Studio. We can check for updates if we need them. They are frequent to the studio itself. So I'll go ahead and click that now, and I should have the latest update, which I do. And so there's our install. We'll do another video in terms of what SDKs and Android virtual devices you need.